Hi friends, hey! How's it going? Happy Monday! So as you may or may not know, I was at an amazing conference last weekend. I went to Naples, Florida with 6 of my teammates, and we went to a conference that was called Top Summit. Top Summit was hey, good morning, Dawn. Top Summit is a generic network marketing convention specifically designed for professional network marketers who are in any different company. So this is not specific to my specific company or any specific company. And the reason I'm sharing this is because a lot of people go to a lot of different conferences, whether they're professional development conferences or work conferences or company conventions. There is a lot of information given to you in a very short period of time. So over the last couple of years, I've kind of developed this system for taking notes at the conference and then actually coming home and implementing what I've learned. Because here's the thing, if you go to an amazing conference and you get an amazing amount of content and learning and material, but then you don't come home and implement what you've learned, you've wasted your time. So what I've developed is this system, and it works really, really well for me. So I wanted to come on and kind of share it with everybody to see if maybe this might be able to help you. So I am a note taker. So I'm kind of a compulsive note taker because I have very short-term memory. I have issues with short-term memory. So what I do is I take notes at each event, and then I keep the notebooks because this is now my content that I can use to train other people on my team that didn't go to the conference. And then sometimes I'll use several books. I'll use the same book for several different events. So this one I started last summer. I did 3 different events in it, and I have little tabs that tell me, these are the notes from this event. Okay, so then I can specifically go and find those specific events. This was the little book that I took with me this weekend. It wasn't huge. It was only, I think it's 80 pages altogether, and it was a 3-day conference. And in the course of 3 days, can you see that? I took 70 pages of notes. 70 pages. There was a lot of content and a lot of amazing content. So then when I came home, I had a couple of days of digestion time to pull away from everything that I learned because I was kind of full up to here. And then I went back through my book and highlighted the key things from each person. So for example, Natalie Hazlett, who was one of the presenters, a couple of the things I highlighted from her was, I don't deserve it. Deserve has nothing to do with it. You live in a limitless universe. Abundance starts with thought. Words are thoughts on steroids. Decide, ask, declare, and then move. So I took 4 pages of notes during her presentation, but then I highlighted 4 key points, okay? So then last night I went through this book and I typed up each person's key points. So Hal Elrod was the first one, and his key points were can't change it, establish your miracle morning, do the lifesavers, which is one thing that he talked about, the things that he does in the morning, and wake up earlier each day. So those were my 3 highlighted notes. So I took 4 pages of notes, I highlighted 3 things, and now I've typed them into a highlighted bullet pointed list, okay? After I typed them all out, some people have 3 bullet points, some people have 6, some people have 2, some people have 1. The 1 is the person that I went out and got coffee during their presentation because I needed coffee. I didn't get to see as much of that one. So now I have 3 pages of bullet points from each of the presenters, okay? So now I've got kind of like a synopsis of my key takeaways from the entire conference, okay? Now, then I go through and I highlight my favorite from each person. Then, next step, I delete everything that's not highlighted in red. So each person had one favorite takeaway. Hal Elrod's was can't change it. Ray Higdon's was want to take a look at what I've got? That's the job. Systems are perfect, people are not. One chat over coffee changed lives. Bullet pointed list, one favorite bullet from each, and then I narrow it down to 1 list. And then I've got one bullet point from each person, and then I highlighted my favorite from this list. Now I have a one-pager Top Summit 2020 daily reminders. And I have 16 bullet points. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half of them are highlighted. I learned a lot at that conference, but I've narrowed it down to 8 bullet points that I can read every single day. I can hang this on my bulletin board in front of my desk and remember what I learned and implement the key things that I took home from that conference. So I was able to take 3 days of content and 70 pages of notes and narrow it down to my 8 most important takeaways through this process. Cool, huh? I did this at convention last year. Tons of pages of notes, narrowed it down to bullet points, narrowed it down to single bullet points, and I've gotten to the point that that list is upstairs in my bedroom next to my bed. And I read them every day to the point that I can tell you exactly what they say without even looking at them. The first one was Tina Joy Carroll, and she said, "Stop judging." The second one was Candace Bird Davis, and she said, "Speak what you seek until you see what you said." Todd Falcone, "Practice mindset every day and teach it to your team." I can remember them because I've narrowed those pages of notes. I didn't just take notes and stick them in a drawer. I put them in front of my face every single day. This is how I took 3 days of content and 70 pages of notes and narrowed it down to 8 bullet points that I can put in front of my face every day. This is how to take amazing amounts of content and narrow it down, hey, good morning, Laura, into implementable bullet points that I can remember, that I can learn from, that I can take away. I hope that this has helped you this morning. I hope that this makes sense to you. If you need help figuring out how to get 70 pages of notes narrowed down into 8 bullet points, I'd be happy to help you with that. Reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope that you have an amazing Monday. Mwah! Love y'all, friends. Bye.